Yo, we're back once again with the same thing we've been doing for the past 2.5 weeks. It's still trying to get this Elden Ring Hitless. Because apparently I just can't get it done. Welcome in, Pete. I'm home, so I'm actually get to watch a stream. Hey, did you just not have work today? Or do you got maybe like a Father's Day thing? Do you have it like off holiday or something? That's nice to know. Good to just sit back and relax on a Saturday. That's what I at least try to do. Except my Fridays are more like that because I sit here and streams on Saturdays. So it's more like Fridays I sit back and relax. Anyway, yeah, we're back here with some Elden Ring, and I, of course, the way I start stream every single time, you can never go wrong. Oh, yeah, the Dr. Pepper. Oh, man, that just hits the spot. Oh, I love it. Father's Day is tomorrow. Yeah, but like, I don't know. I figured like sometimes companies do like weekend things where it's like, oh, it's a holiday on Monday. We're going to give Friday and Monday off. Something you don't have it off to just today. I just had it off. Oh, okay. So it was just a regular day off. Fair enough. All right. We got the video game soundtrack music going on. I like filtering through the many playlists I have because I listen to all types of music. So last stream we were doing some classic metal and screamo. Stream before that we got our funk on. Stream before that I was just doing like a top song EDM playlist that I have. Now we're doing video game music. There's a fair amount of Silk Song in this playlist because I love the Silk Song soundtrack. Oh, that's the Dr. Pepper right there. Anyway, I'm gonna do something real quick. I'm gonna preemptively turn on my AC because usually it's like after the first run, I end up getting like hot and be like, "Okay, I'm gonna go turn on my AC now." I'm gonna turn it on before we start the runs. 1 second. Ah, there we go. AC on. This way. Hopefully, I won't start getting hot and have to turn it on later. It will just stay cool. Anyway, yeah, we're doing more. Oh, also, Beep, you got first again. Congrats. Um, did you ever figure out how many firsts you had before? What the number what the number was before? Before I had to replace my motherboard and lost pretty much lost all of StreamerBot's data. Because I can go in and manually change the number. So if you remember how much you had before the reset, I can go in and just add that number to the 15 you currently have. That way you can get, because I know you were talking about that before, being like, oh man, I had like 20 something. I'm just like, yeah. If you figure out what it was, I can give it back. I just don't know what number to add in. Anyway, other than that, yeah, I think we're ready to go. Hopefully you're having a good day. Um, is there anything else? Oh yeah, the entire series of Blasphemous first playthrough is on the YouTube now. Exclamation mark YT will have the link of the finale posted. Even with the whole DaVinci Resolve crashing and I lost all of the final episode and had to re-edit it from scratch, I was able to hunker down and do it in like a day and a half, which was actually pretty nice. So, if you want to check that out, final episode's up, but that also means that I don't have a YouTube video going right now. Like usually while I'm doing something like the Hitless challenges and whatnot, I have something I'm editing in the background. Well, I'm done editing. As of Monday, I finished everything. Or Tuesday, I finished everything. Wednesday is when the video finally went up. So yeah, that means now it's not just I need to finish Hitless so I can move on to other stuff because I want to move on to other stuff. But now it's I need to finish Hitless and then start thinking of the next YouTube video I want to make. I don't even know what YouTube video I want to make. I'm still balling around ideas on what to do next. The only thing I've thought of so far is doing a mastery series where on stream I spin a wheel, pick a spin a wheel of all of the bosses in Elden Ring. Whatever it lands on, I spend an entire stream mastering that boss. Figuring out all of its move sets, where it's hit, like actually turning on the hitboxes to see the animation hitboxes and see what I can do. Like full on, like training mastery till we have perfected that boss. Spending a whole stream on it. And then I can make a YouTube video out of that because let's be fair, a mastery series, like, of each boss, or at least of significant bosses in Elden Ring, might actually hit the algorithm on YouTube. Someone searches up, I don't know how to do this boss, and they search up how to beat Rykard, and it suddenly my video shows up being like, here's his move set, here's what you can do. That's the only idea I got going for YouTube right now. But I'd have to complete Hitless first, so. Nope, I have no clue, but I'll keep this streak going. That's fair. That's fair. If you ever do find out, or, I mean, if you care about finding out, you can always let me know. And I can do a little change. But yeah, other than that, we gotta get this done. So let's get this done. Let me get a local recording going just in case stream starts lagging and whatever. I can have like solid footage of my run. Alright. Good to go. Live split is set up as well. Okay. I got my little on-screen timer. Let's go. Serpent Hunter Hitless. Begin. Let's get naked. I love getting naked. What are these lag spikes? What is going on? I'm actually like that's not your video buffering. I'm actually getting like weird little lag spikes. Are you kidding me? Well, let's restart that real quick. How did that not spawn the Grafted Scion? I jumped in the exact same place I always jump. Wait, what? Alright, let's try this again. Here we go. Serpent Hunter Hitless. Oh. Can't forget my my own little customization. I gotta look like Shade, don't I? There we go. No Grafted Scion mishap this time. What am I doing? Need to pop it. Not de-equipped it. Now I de-equipped it. Limgrave. And we got bow cancel. Let's go. Already looking positive.
I can also that you're not then why I am Carly.
I am Carl. Yeah, so aside from doing the mastery series that I want to do, because I think that it'll be good YouTube content, and it'll be YouTube content that lasts a good while. It's tons of bosses in Elden Ring. Taking an entire stream to mastery each one, at least of the major ones. There's 207 bosses, but there's like 4 of them are shades. 4 of them are me's. Me. I'm in the game. But like shades or Erdtree avatars or Knight's Cav, like I don't need to master every individual one. Training against one kind of trains against all. So yeah, things like that. I think that would be good. Go through, learn in depth every single boss. Something else I also want to do is I want to do another archipelago. I don't know what games I would do on the archipelago this time. But I could do another archipelago. That sounds like it could be fun. Or better, find a couple people to do some archipelagoing with. That'd also be fun. Also, and also because of the music just playing right now is making me think of it. I want to go play, get back into some Silksong in a bit. We still never did, we never finished the Steel Soul. Now, it might take a little bit of, warming up again. But we did the speedrun achievements and all that stuff, but we never finished it off and did the Steel Soul. So the Steel Soul achievements are still, still up for grabs. Alrighty. Yeah, the first bit of money. Hi, Bernie. You know, it'd be also cool. I would like to do something lore-wise for Elden Ring, because I haven't done anything lore-wise in quite some time. Aside from my random spouting about the lore. You're supposed to activate your golden mound, not start charging. Oh, wow, I got liver and armor. Cool. Like an extra 110 runes when I go to sell them way later. less than a rune one.
Hello? Can you hear me? Help me. I'm stuck. Hello? Hello? Oh, please. Might just give and I'll
Alex! It's okay. It's okay, Alex.
Wait. I see. I see it.
It's okay, Alex.
All lose their wits eventually.
It's okay.
Then there's nothing left to say except
Just bear with me, Alex. Just bear with me. It's gonna be okay. You will live on with inside me.
here is a cup.
Thank you. Let's go grab our Trina lilies. Beautiful. You know, there's also another thing that's appeared. There's, the Convergence mod is dropping its 3.0 update. And it actually looks really interesting. I kind of want to try it. But with everything else, like, we'll have to see where we are at. With, like, me wanting to move on, me wanting to do an archipelago, go back to Silksong, and start up a mastery series. I don't know if I'll be doing it on stream. Come here. Thank you. But from everything I've seen so far, it looks pretty cool. I like the idea that I saw. I watched a couple of the showcases. I didn't want too many spoilers because I think I genuinely am going to play it. And this is coming from someone who, like, wasn't interested. Like, I remember when it first came out. Well, I remember when they were originally doing Dark Souls 3 convergence and whatnot. This is where it kind of, like, started. Then, of course, Elden Ring released, and I saw that they were doing Elden Ring convergence. And I was just like, okay, that's cool, but it never interested me a ton. Because it was just like, oh, a bunch of new weapons and a bunch of new spells. And I'm like, I like that. Like, that's kind of cool, but it almost started to feel that Elden Ring, the mod was an overhaul, turning Elden Ring into just something very different. And I think at least at the time, I was just like, I just want more Elden Ring. I don't want to suddenly add in a bunch of unbalanced, broken spells to the game. So it just didn't really interest me. But now with the 3.0 and the things I've been seeing, I think it could be pretty cool to go through. Like, I saw the showcases of a couple of bosses, and the bosses seem solid. They don't seem like they're crazy modded bosses. You can... They feel like they're properly, like, made. Not just, let me spam 1,000 things at you all at once. Because the thing I like about Elden Ring is I like its slow-pacedness. And by that, I mean, like, I like the fact that combat is meaningful and deliberate. It's not just spammy, spam, spam. I mean, that's what turned me off from a lot of modern-day shooters where everybody's sprinting around, doing wall jumps and all this crazy stuff. And it's just like, I hate modern-day FPSs. I have hated, like... Halo Reach and Black Ops 2 were like the last real FPSs I played, because after that it became everything has to be Mach 10 movement. And it's like, I dislike that. And I feel the same with, I felt the same with, like, even a lot of just Elden Ring Souls-like clones. Like, I thought Final Fantasy 16 was kind of cool, but it didn't really interest me to play it because it was like, I don't know, that type of combat looks flashy and cool, but doesn't feel flashy and cool. Why am I upgrading my flasks? This is not the point where I upgrade my flasks. I just do my physic. No spam unless you're the Star Fists. Those are super easy to spam. Yeah, I mean... When I say spam, I don't necessarily mean like, oh, you're just slamming the same button over. Like, I get what you mean there. But I mean, like, even if you are, like, spamming R1s or spamming, like, in Starfists, it's just tap R2s. You're just spamming tap R2s like crazy. It's that the animations don't feel spammy. If I spam tap R2 on Starfists 10 times every second because I'm just clicking it, it still takes like a full 2 seconds for the entire... Maybe not quite 2 seconds. But, like, it takes a second for the animation to finish. The animations feel realistic. They don't feel like I'm just suddenly going crazy. I don't know. That's what's always interested me in Elden Ring. More so than other fantasy games. Yep, there he goes. Solid. Your favorite was BO3, to be honest. BO3. BO3. I am spacing on that acronym. Feels like an acronym I should know. What what game? I'm cloud braided right now. What game is BO3? Black Ops 3. Oh, okay. Yeah. See, at least when it came to FPS shooters like that, Black Ops 2, I played the zombie mode. I loved playing Transit Zombie. That was like my go-to thing. I loved that. I was never a Call of Duty person though. I grew up way more of a Halo person. I actually grew up with a lot of Nintendo over either. But Halo was my FPS jam when I was a kid. I don't know, it's just that feel of like when I first saw the Convergence mod, when Elden Ring first came out and stuff, it felt like, oh, we're just gonna put in cool looking things. And I'm like, it's great to put in cool looking things, but the idea of just being like, here's a sword that like, oh, it ups your attack speed ×2, so like you feel like you're just swinging twice as fast, and so now you can just spam it's hard to explain the feel that I'm talking about. Hopefully you kind of get it though. That feel is what I love about Elden Ring. Because I'll be fair, like, there are plenty of things that aren't slow in Elden Ring that are, like, fast. But they don't... Maybe deliberate is more the thing. It feels deliberate. There we go. Yeah, like I said, it's hard to describe the feeling of what I'm talking about, but I think everybody understands when I say, oh, there's like Elden Ring on like how you swing a weapon in Elden Ring, and then how you swing a weapon in Final Fantasy 16. And it's just like the feel is nowhere close to the same. Thank you for the torch. Really liked Gears of War 3, I think it was. Honestly, I didn't really grow up on Gears of War. Gears of War was not one of the games that I really grew up playing. And even now, like with the new, isn't it Gears of War, the new one? Isn't that what they announced? I don't know. It's that franchise has always just kind of been like, I don't think it's a bad franchise. It's just not a franchise that interests me really. I am a little bit excited for the Halo 1 remake. But I think I'm mostly excited for that just because the IP of Halo has just been in the shitter for so long. Anytime now. The IP of Halo has been in the shitter for so long. I just want something that feels like the old Halo I grew up with. And so them remaking the first game again, technically. To be fair, this seems like a remake. The last one was what's the other word? A remaster. That's what I'm thinking of. The last one was a remaster, which usually just means a big texture update. And that kind of is what it is. In Ready for the Master Chief Collection, they remastered one where they pretty much just gave it a graphical update and didn't touch the game. Which, I'll be fair, I did kind of like, because it still felt like the original Halo 1. And I did like that. But I believe this next one's going to be a remake. I hope that they keep all of the things. It looked pretty positive. They even had... Because, like, in the original Halo 1, you couldn't sprint. That wasn't added till Reach, and it was a armor ability on Reach. And now I think it's default. Except that they apparently have way more skulls that they're adding to the game, and some of those skulls are setting options where it's like, oh, it disables sprint. It disables this or that. Like, it makes it so it's like, you turn on, like, 3 skulls, and you're literally playing the original game. And so I do like that that's still an option. And then, of course, the 3 new levels I am interested in, as long as they don't feel like... If I play those 3 levels and they feel like Halo 4, because I never played Halo 5. I stopped after Halo 4. If it feels like Halo 4, I'm going to be very disappointed. If it feels like just new content that is still Halo 1, I will be very happy. But, you know, it is Xbox. For the last decade, they've done absolutely nothing but ruin their own branding and their own images. So at this point, I have 0 trust in them, and I will just review the product when it actually comes out. So, I am looking forward to it. I'm hoping that it'll be good. I probably won't even buy it right off the bat. I will watch other people who buy it, and then if it looks good from their perspective, then I will say, okay, I'm gonna buy it and play it. Like, it's gone... For the longest time, you hear everybody talk about, like, never do pre-orders. And I still agree with that. Don't pre-order anything. Literally, the only thing I would ever pre-order would be Miyazaki's next game. Not even FromSoft's next game, Miyazaki's next game. And by that, I don't mean Duskbloods. I mean... I mean, like, Elden Ring 2 or whatever. That next game is the only thing that I would pre-order. And even then, I think Elden Ring I didn't even pre-order. I was a huge fan of From Software way before Elden Ring. I think I literally pre-ordered it the day before its actual release. So I pre-ordered by a day. And I mostly did it just, oh, I'm going way too southeast. Almost ran right into Larry. But the only reason I pre-ordered it is so that I could do the pre-download and play it right on its release. But we've even gone past that. It's not even don't pre-order games anymore. It's like, don't even buy games until you see gameplay of it and you've seen people test the waters and know that it's safe, and then you can jump in. And even then, it's not even like... Because they tried doing that. But they would give the games to, like... They would give free copies to journalists and stuff like that, who are then incentivized or just straight paid by the people to just glaze the game out the wazoo, to the point where journalists, at least video game journalists, nobody has believed a word they've said for, again, a decade. It's been 10 years since anyone believed any games journalist. So yeah, it's not even wait till you get the gameplay copies from journalists and read their articles. No, it's wait till you get that one dude you watch a bunch on YouTube. The one content creator that you watch on YouTube that you do trust because they feel authentic and they're not being paid. And you watch them play the game and then you say, okay, this game doesn't look half bad, and you get it. That's what you wait for nowadays. It's ridiculous that we're at that point, where the only source of... There's so mistrust in gaming industries and the gaming community that you, don't... You don't trust it till you see gameplay, and you don't even trust that until you see authentic, unpaid, unadvertised gameplay by the random content creators who have no incentive to be nice. So instead of being nice, they're honest. So, I don't know. It's also Halo, which means, like, it doesn't even matter what content creator you watch. Literally every content creator across the gaming spectrum, whether you love that creator or hate that creator, everyone's gonna play it. So everyone's gonna be able to get a honest review. So we'll just wait till that happens when it comes to Halo. I mean, even now, there's more drama coming up with... Ooh, thank you. There's even more drama coming up with Xbox. Again. Like, we just... Everybody... Okay. About... I don't know. Was it a week ago? A week and a half ago? Everybody was loving the new Xbox CEO because they reduced the price on Game Pass, said they're bringing back exclusives, which I will say once again, exclusives are never a good thing. I saw so many people praising, yeah, the console wars are back. Xbox is getting exclusives again. Exclusives are never good. I don't give a crap how many people praise that. I will still always stand by that. Exclusives are not a good idea. For anything. They're very... Exclusives are anti-consumer in the sense of... You have to buy our console for $500 just to play the one game that you want. So you have to invest $700 just to play one game, rather than play it on your completely capable device already. I very much dislike it. I do not think it's friendly towards the customer in the slightest. Its exclusives are just, we're gonna get you on our platform to push our ads and our subscriptions and force you to pay us even more than just buying the game that we're already trying to sell for more than it's worth. Game prices should still not be above $60. And you guys are already trying to push 90 and then telling me that I have to buy your console in order to do it, and then telling me I have to pay for your subscription so I can have internet access on your console to be prone to all these more ads that you want to shove in my face. It's just predatory. Exclusives are not a good thing. Just straight up. If you want to keep it within your company, I mean, it's your company's thing. That is your right. If you say, hey, no, we want our company-made product to be on our company-made platform, that is within your right. And you can do that. But the customer has zero obligation to put themselves, to say, I get to buy it or anything. The consumer gets to choose what they consume. That's the whole point. And the whole point of companies is to produce what the consumers want. If they aren't producing what the consumers want, then they aren't making money. And that's not the consumer's fault. That's your fault. We get to control our money. It's that simple. All right, Bernie.
What's wrong with you? I won't say it. I suppose I have no choice. Is this what grace would have?
Oh, he did the weird roll.
You are an enigma.
That's okay. You can still get him to spam R1s at you,
No manner.
which you can counter quite nicely. But yeah, so it's just one of those things. I will never think exclusives are a good thing. It is within your right. It is within every company's right to do exclusives if they so wish. It is their product and stuff. But I still will never think it's a good thing. Because yeah. It's like, and I will say this. If you want to make your company launcher for the PC and then release your games exclusively on that launcher, because I get the whole idea of, oh, Xbox or PlayStation doesn't want to have to put it on PC because then they have to put it on Steam, and Steam's just going to take a 30% cut because Steam takes a 30% cut of all sales. That's the price of its platform. And it's just like, yeah, I get being like, yeah, we want all the revenue, we want it. But make your own launcher and then sell the game for the proper $60 and take the entire $60 as your revenue. With no one else taking a cut because it's off of your launcher. Yes, you will get a lot of people be like, well, you should just put it on Steam instead. But don't make it exclusive to just your console. Like, I'm a PC guy. I'm not going to buy a console unless I plan on using that console for a lot of things. I use my PC for a lot of things. Most of the time, if I were to buy, even now, if I were to buy an Xbox, a PlayStation, or... I mean, I have a Nintendo Switch. I'm not buying a Switch 2, but you can even take my Nintendo Switch, for example. I haven't touched that thing in, like, 2 years. I literally have not touched it in 2 years. I think I haven't even turned it on in over a year. I haven't played a game on it in 2. Like, it's just... buy your console to play your game, and then it offers me literally nothing. Which means I spent $600 for your game, and I can tell you that game was not worth $600. Ergo, this was a loss, and I'm not going to do it again. It's pretty much been every single time I've bought a console. I moved to PC gaming. I mean, I moved 100% to PC gaming back when I was in high school, but I've always kind of been partial PC gaming since the early 2000s, even. Yeah, it's just that thing. But everybody was praising, going back, everybody was praising the new CEO and saying, look at all of this good stuff, we got it. And honestly, I was looking at it being like, I did think, aside from the exclusives, I did think everything that was happening was positive. I'm just like, this does look like, hey, you're actually listening to the people, and you're doing what Xbox fans want you to do. And everything was looking positive. Until recently. Rewind 2 weeks, everybody was praising. Fast forward to today, everybody hates her. All because she sat down and said, basically, nothing's changed. She basically said, sure, we're doing all of this stuff, but we're still going to try and buy up a ton of studios, which they did before, and it lost them billions. And they're like, we're still going to keep doing that, and then we're still going to be laying off people. We're still, like, the plan has not changed. It really hasn't. The plan is still, let's make crappy games, but then just buy up studios, force them to make games that nobody wants, and then do giant layoffs because we dropped 100 million on this, and we sold 1,000 copies. And it's like, first off, I think the biggest reason why you guys are losing... Whoop. I did that thing where I pushed B accidentally. I think the biggest reason is that they're spending way too much money. I do not understand how the industry has gotten to the point where it's like, let's spend anywhere from $100 to $400 million on all of this stuff. On development of these games that are beat out by indie games. And that's the other thing. Everybody wants to talk about, oh, it's the rise of indie. Well, it's just because indie's making games from passion. They're just like, hey, I want a game that does this. And so they start making it, and it turns out everybody wanted a game that does that, and so the game gets very popular. And it turns out that you don't have to throw hundreds of millions of dollars. And it's like, there's some indie games out there that even, like, graphically and mechanically outbeat AAA slop. And I'm going to start calling it AAA slop. Because it is just slop. And they're still not changing anything. I don't understand how 10 years can pass you by and you still can't get a clue of what is going on. And you still double down on the worst decisions you have ever made. I do not get it. It's crazy. For the longest time, I've stopped believing anybody in the game studio has had a brain. I remember as a kid being so passionate about video games. I was like 10 years old. And I remember having a notebook that I was drawing little doodles and writing stuff down about games because I wanted to grow up and make video games. Then I found out my passion is much more in playing video games than it is in making them. Took a year of learning code to realize, maybe coding ain't my thing. Kind of crazy to think about that, but I mean, hey, I know some very basic code, but I don't know. And that's honestly, I think, what started to get me on, like I'm crazy about Elden Ring lore and stuff. And I think that's really developed I like storytelling. It wasn't, like, I love video games, but I love storytelling. I love world building. And I think video games are both the most entertaining and some of, if not the best medium to do storytelling. Because in video games, you can get the written word, like books. You can get the moving pictures, like movies. And then on top of that, you get control, which no other medium gives you. Video games is the ultimate combination of all other mediums. Of books, of movies, of music. Oh, you are in a weird spot. You usually are already walking over there. That's weird. I wonder what I did differently there. But to me, it's like the world building, the stories. Video games is the best medium to portray that. In my opinion. Because it can do all of the same as the others. It has music. It has written language, stories, written word that you can read. It has cutscenes, plentiful moving pictures and everything. And then the one thing, not only does it have all of that is every other form of medium, it then on top of it adds control. Which is something you don't get in any other form of storytelling medium. No other storytelling can you actually control what the characters do, act, or even say. Alright. It's Noblin time. So, at worst, it is still all of those mediums combined. At best, it is all of those mediums combined plus more. So, I think that's what, like, the real drive behind my love for video games is. Whoop. Alright, Noble. You did not rush into that as much as I thought you would. There we go. How about that one? There we go. There's the headshot. At least I'm pretty sure that was a headshot. Wow, that was a tap R2 that I did? This is gonna be bad. I also didn't allot my flasks. Man, I am just messing up. Yep. I immediately tried to run away and I was gonna mog out. No, I just messed up entirely. I'm too distracted ranting about video games. This is a good warm-up, though. It's fine. I was just like, wait, where's my blue? I totally forgot to allot. I think it also messed me up because I upgraded these back in Limgrave when I wasn't supposed to. And so when I got here, I was like, oh, I already did the upgrades. I only have to do one more instead of two. And it made me just forget about this. The 3 and 3. Because in my head, I was thinking I was already doing it. Mistakes just piling up. That's fine, that's whatever. We got our warm-up run done. Now it's time to go for real. Let me... Alright, there we go. Alright. Let's do this. Serpent Hunter Hitless. Boom. Solid opener. Alright, let's see if we can get bow cancel here on first step as well. Gotta be practicing them bow cancels. Also need to be practicing the chest cancels. Oh, yeah. That's what we're talking about. Real beaut right there. Delicious. Alright, now it's just running around and collecting.
And I can also that you're not then why I am Carly.
I am God. We will never forget your name. Hearing it every single time. Doesn't matter even what run you're doing. Hitless, speed run, some other challenge, I don't know. Kale is 90%, 99% of the time always going to be talked to, and he will always say, I am Kale. Dear, why'd you get in front of me? Made me move around you. Unoptimal pathing. For like a quarter of the second, it took me to just doop, doop. Hello, Melina.
Returning to aid you. You need to the foot. Then summon me. I bequeath. It will some torrent. Treat him with.
Alright, we got Torrent. Now it's time to run around Limgrave for 10, 15 minutes. Which means it's time for me to go back to ranting about stuff. Yeah, going back to what I was saying before, I the Xbox thing does not surprise me. It doesn't. I looked at all the things that were changing, and I kind of was with everybody. Again, not about the exclusives part. I still will always be against exclusives. But everything else seemed like Xbox was finally getting their shit together. Then they say that the plan to just purchase more companies and lay off more people has not changed, and it's like, yep, okay. Figures. Same as everything. I honestly, I remember watching, who was it? I was watching Legendary Drops, I think it was. And he said something that I kind of agree with. I think Game Pass is Xbox downfall. I think actively that is what is leading to their downfall. And I'm not talking about like, oh, it's a bad business to say. It's just leading them to do things they wouldn't do, or things that they shouldn't do. And I'm also trying to take a look at this like without the whole everything's a subscription and everybody hates it kind of bias. Because I do agree with that. I hate that everything's a subscription now. Just like pretty much anybody out there, the whole own nothing and be happy ordeal is just bullshit. But just looking at like a business perspective, trying to get into the same shoes that they are wearing where they are looking at money, I think Game Pass is actively what is destroying them. Because with a Game Pass subscription, where the value comes is quantity. Okay, let's make sure we do... Let's make sure we do Alexander right. Okay, we're good. Gotta make sure I get that first unsheathed. Too late, and he comes out with an attack. Too early, and it doesn't hit him, and then... Or it doesn't damage him. And then he can spam an attack on you. But yeah, I kind of agree with what Legendary Drops was saying in one of his videos, where I think the best thing that they can do is just get rid of Game Pass. They never will. They are full on diving headfirst into that is the only thing keeping them afloat right now. But I think that's actively what's also destroying them. The idea of a Game Pass, like when you think about a subscription service in general, the idea is to have a lot for a constant pay. Rather than buying a specific product, you can borrow that specific product and then put it back and borrow a different product, and you don't have to pay for each product you borrow. You just pay a monthly fee, and you have access to the entire inventory that you can freely borrow, return, and reborrow again. Concept is not new, even before the subscription. Like, libraries and library cards have existed forever. Things like that. And it's like, that is not necessarily a bad idea. It might get annoying when the market gets saturated and everybody's saying do all of it, because then you're just paying a shit ton of money and not actually owning anything. But the idea in, like, individually isn't that bad. But here's what it's leading to. And this is why I think Game Pass, even though it's the thing keeping them afloat, like, it's the only thing, aside from them owning Blizzard and making money off of World of Warcraft, it's the only other thing that's actually getting them any sort of a revenue, is Game Pass. Because their games are poop, and nobody wants to buy the games, so the Game Pass is all that's giving them money. But the idea of Game Pass means a collection. And when you take that into business terms, a collection means quantity, often losing sight of quality. And that is actively what Microsoft and Xbox are pursuing. Quantity. Why are they buying up so many game studios? Because they need a quantity to supply Game Pass. Otherwise, Game Pass is not worth it because there is nothing. You're paying a monthly subscription for a collection of nothing. You need to amass a quantity. It is a necessity for that. And so that is why the acquisition of studios is so apparent with them. It's because they need to buy those studios, get them under the Xbox name, and then take their games and put them on Xbox Game Pass. So there's an actual quantity. Hello? Okay. I messed that one up. I messed that chest up. Big time. But the problem is when you're so focused on quantity and not quality, nobody cares how much you have if all you have is shit. People are looking for diamonds and you're offering them shit. It doesn't matter if you offer them one piece, one nugget of poop, or 1,000,000 nuggets of poop. It's still poop. It's not diamonds. They don't care. And the only thing they think that's just like, okay, well then instead of ensuring that we actually make diamonds rather than make poop, instead of making it, they just look at what's popular. Why did they buy Blizzard? Because of World of Warcraft. They looked at what everybody was already playing. And then they just decided, I'm going to buy that, and then we'll make the money off of it. Except they buy it, they write a bunch of people a blank check. I need to do my physic. Can't forget about my physic. And I need to only do my physics so I don't mess up later thinking I've done other things. There we go. Now we can leave Limgrave. So yeah, they purchase up companies, spending billions to do so. Those companies are worth that much, but that doesn't mean that they're going to just suddenly make that much and give it back to you. They're worth that much because of the long-term potential that they have. So you're not going to see returns off of your purchase for a while. But what do you do instead? You go around and you purchase more. And then you sign these big, fat, blank checks to people and don't make sure that what they're doing is worthwhile or, like, no quality assurance. And then you wonder why nobody wants to play the game. Because the game's shit. Because you just gave them a blank check. And when you give them a blank check, that means we don't have to work. We can just party and push out some slop. Alright, we're good. So, Game Pass, in my opinion, is actively destroying them, even though it is the thing that's keeping them afloat. It's the only thing even making remotely any revenue for them, and so they have to keep it. But because they're so focused on buy more companies to get more games on Game Pass, which means more popular games on Game Pass means more people will buy subscriptions. Except that's very short-sighted. Because at the very least, Game Pass is still cheaper than a game. Than like a full $60 release game. So what are people going to do? People are going to buy the subscription for a month. And spend that 1 month playing the one game you acquired that they wanted to play. And then cancel it. And essentially, what you have done is taken a $60 game that a lot of people wanted and made it $20 for them all to purchase for 1 month and then leave it. And, like, the idea is once you get them through the door, they'll stay. Either they find other games and they keep the game, they keep paying for Game Pass because there's other games that they want to play, and they end up finding things to make it worth their while, or a very popular one is they forget to cancel it. And so you can just kind of leech life off of them till they finally remember. As that is a very common thing that happens. The thing is even taking both of those into account, not enough people stay. Like, you still would have gotten way more revenue if you just sold the game to everyone at $60. Than putting it on Game Pass for $20, hoping that it'll get people to buy it, and then hoping that they'll either stay or they'll forget about it, and you can just keep getting money from them. Essentially, the $40 of loss for everyone who actually does buy and then cancel is not made up by the people who stay or the people who forget. Can you? Oh my gosh. Bro turning and doing a full 360. Accidentally walked in front of him. There we go. But even if, like, the other problem that is also occurring is not just that, but it's that they can't even get to that point. There is no game that they acquire that people are willing to buy Xbox Game Pass in the first place. And instead of, again, buckling down and making sure people work so you're not spending $400 million to make games that nobody wants to play, instead you spend like 5 to 10 million, and you can make banger games that everyone wants to play. As long as you're just making sure that the people that you're actually spending the money on are, well, one, know how to do their job. Because I guarantee you it's not the actual programmers that are seeing those, the sizable chunk of that 400 million. The people who are actually making your engine, refining your engine, making the game mechanics, making the actual games. They're not seeing the largest fraction of that 400 million, when in reality, they should be probably the ones seeing the largest fraction of it. Without them, you got blank 3D models and nothing else. You got some cool 3D models. Nice. Cannot do anything with them. They might as well be painting a picture and hang it up in a museum. Congratulations. You made an art piece. Can't do anything with it. And honestly, a lot of people do talk about, like, oh, they're still going to continue the layoffs. I mean, in a way, the layoffs are kind of a good thing. That might sound sadistic, but I genuinely think the video game market, and this isn't just with Xbox, this is with, like, everybody, it's way too oversaturated. A lot of unqualified, useless people who are doing nothing but leeching money off of the company and providing no actual work into it got hired. People who are actively doing nothing or who are actively making things worse are just making tons of money. I genuinely think that... Now, it sucks when there's people who are actually putting in effort and putting in their skills and are really good at their job, and they're the ones getting laid off. Because they're caught up with a bunch of people who don't do... It's like, imagine working on the group project back in, like, high school, and you were the one kid in the group that did actually do all the work, and nobody else did. But then the teacher sees that only one of you did the work and says all of you fail. And you're just like, can you not fail the others but give me an A because the work was good? Or it's like, I tried to make it work, and it's just like, that's not what's happening. And that sucks. But for the other people in the group, the other people getting fired in those mass layoffs, I think, cool. You're getting rid of people who are actively destroying your company. As for, like, the other 10% of those people being laid off who actually were doing work, do I actually feel bad for? Back had to go pick up your check. Well, I mean, hey, money important. That's kind of like what I'm talking about right now, is money important. I think that's also why you see the rise in indie games over AAA. Is because, again, as someone who works at a company fairly high up in, like, the ranks of the company, it is very common, and I learned this even as an employee, because I hated it when I was an employee, and management came and looked at me and said, oh, okay, let's do this. One person doing a project, you get 100% of the work. And so oftentimes it's management goes, oh, so then 2 people should half the time. No. And that's something that you kind of learn in business. And it feels like nobody knows this anymore in business. 2 people does not half the time or the amount of work. It's not splitting equally amongst those 2 people. 2 people will make the work only go like a quarter faster. Not twice as fast. 3 people have a tendency to make the work either go maybe 2x fast at that point, or back to 1. And then the moment you get beyond, like the moment you keep adding more people, it turns into, it's not going faster, it will actively go slower because everyone's getting in everyone's way. The more people you throw at a problem, it does not, like, that's not how it works. You need a select amount of people at problems. There's always a signature good number. And it might take work to find that number. You don't want too few of people and getting people to be overworked, because that feels like shit. I have been overworked plenty, and I hated it. But I also hated it when they would give me, like, a bunch of people and say, okay, you're all doing this thing. And it's like, no, I need, like, 2 people, please. You made me do the entire job by myself, and now you're giving me a team of 10, which is just going to make everything worse. Give me, like, 2 people. Give me so-and-so and so-and-so, because I actually trust them, and I know their work ethic. And I will tell you, we will be faster than any amount of people. And I think that is also what's not being considered in most gaming studios now. Let's throw 1,000... Oh, we have a team of 1,000 people, and we're dropping $400 million to make this game. And it's like, okay, cool. And then you look at Team Cherry, who was a group of 3 people who did do contract work. So let's be fair, it was actually maybe a group of hundreds of people. But it was 3 people in the lead of everything. And then they only grabbed 1 person, 1 contracted person at a time to work on a specific thing. Not to join the group and be a part of the team and put their input into... No, it was 3 people governing the whole thing. And then, okay, we need someone to do the art style for this. Let's hire 1 person to do the art style for that. That's how you run a company, and that's how you make it cheaper for yourself so you don't drop $400 million on a 1,000-person team. There does not need to be 1,000 people developing these games. 90% of the time, you could do it with 1/10 of that and get the exact same outcome. Which means there's 900 people that are just wasting money at your company, which is why it's costing $400 million, and you're never going to make that back in sales. What do you actually do for work, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, no, I'm fine with talking. I mean, I'm not going to tell you... I won't say what company I work for, because that's a little bit doxing. But I work... I'm a... it's weird. It feels weird to describe what my actual, like, title is at my job. I work as a designer for a wood company. My company takes wood and carves it into specific designs to sell it as a fancier alternative. Fancy alternative to, fancy alternative to just, like, plastic, but a cheaper alternative to, like, actual, like, oh, hey, here's this thing made out of marble. That would cost you thousands. It's just like, okay, well, ours is made out of wood and it costs hundreds. But at least it's not made out of plastic and costs tens of dollars. Like, that's... I work at a woodworking company, and I'm the head of design at that company. That's what I actually do. So I'm over I'm over making sure our products actually look nice, designing what they look like, and how the process is done and whatnot. And then I used to be over quality control. So like after the product was made and before it was shipped, I would look over it to see if it's actually, you know, this was made properly and is of good quality. But because I've moved over becoming the head of design and I've moved over to designing everything, I don't really have time to be out in the shop a lot. Luckily, the people who are out in the shop operating the machines, I've known them for a long time. I trust a lot of them, and I know that, like, at the end, the quality inspection will be good. It also helps that I'm not the one signing my name off on the outgoing product. So if the outgoing product does get returned because the quality's bad, it's not on my head anymore. And it used to be, and that sucked. Because anytime it was just like, oh, the customer received this product and it looked like this and was horrible and they're outraged, and it's just like, who was the one that signed off on quality control? And it used to be me, and I would have to take the front of it. But now that I'm all over, I'm the head of design, I don't have to worry about that anymore. But it does also mean that, like, you know, if we're not selling shit because nobody likes the designs, then that's on me. But the thing is, I'm also not over marketing. I'm over the creation, but not the marketing. So marketing needs to get back to me on what is currently popular, what people want, and then I craft the designs out of that. So I'm kind of in this nice little sweet spot where if we're not selling stuff, and to be fair, a lot of our products are really nice. So a lot of when we don't sell shit, it's because our sales team is just not actually going out. Alright, Bernie, let's get rid of you real quick.
What's wrong with you? I suppose I have no choice. Is this what grace will?
Thank you for the R1. I love it when you do that instead of rolling away. When you roll away, it's way more difficult. Actually pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, I like my job. I've said it before on stream. If I like streaming, video games are my hobby. I love video games. And I like streaming as part of that. I like streaming as a hobby because I play a lot of video games. And I like chilling, like talking with random people about random stuff, and also playing games with people, or just talking about games with people. Like I'm huge in the I'm big into the Souls community and talk with like a lot of people talking about lore or speed runs or just whatever. And I very much enjoy that. So I do this as a hobby. If my content ever ended up taking off to the point where I made enough money off of Twitch or YouTube or whatever to actually make this a full-time job, to, you know, become a full-time content creator, I probably wouldn't. I could definitely see myself leaning way more in and spending more time on content creation. Taking it from a hobby to an actual side job, definitely. But and I've said this multiple times, I have a hard time thinking that I would actually leave my other job to go into full content creation. Because I like my job. I've also been at that company for 9 years. Like, I've worked there, I've worked my way up the company. I actually have input in the company decisions at this point. quitting that job, like if I went full-time content creation because I could afford it. Back from ads, nice. I'll reiterate what I said. I didn't realize ads were going at that time. My bad. I like my job. If full-time content creation became an option for me, if I made enough off of Twitch and YouTube to do full-time content creation, I still probably wouldn't quit my other job. I've worked at that job for 9 years. I have worked my way up the company. I have gotten to the point where I have an input in the company's entire direction. I don't think I would ever leave that. I could definitely see myself lowering my time, like my on the floor work. I could definitely see myself doing that, like lowering the amount of time I spend at the company and focusing more into content creation. But I don't think, I think part of me would always keep that job. Just because I've been at that company for a decade. I feel that at this point I've helped mold the company into what it is, at least even partially, even if just a little bit. I want to see it do good. I want to see it grow. I don't want to just abandon and be like, yeah, I quit. I'm going to go do YouTube and Twitch now. It's just like, no. All of the stuff I've done for 10 years have been at that company. I would be down to do more YouTube and Twitch if I started making money off of it. But I wouldn't leave. Because, like, right now, this is a hobby. That is my job. I would never leave that job. But I could see myself saying, okay, content creation has become my main job, and that has become my side job. So, I could see that happening. I could see them doing a flip-flop where that becomes my side job and this becomes my main job. But I wouldn't ever want to leave the company just because I like it there. I like my job. I like what I do. Not to mention that, like, I could picture myself walking in, to, like, the head manager and just being like, yeah, I'm out. I'm done. I quit. And them just being like, wait, what? Because I'm the head of design. If I quit, they have literally nobody. They would have to search for someone to do what I do, and it just... I don't doubt, like, I mean, there's tons of people that do what I do. It wouldn't be hard to find another designer. Or I shouldn't say it wouldn't be hard. Okay, actually, let me equip my weapons first. It would be hard. It wouldn't be impossible. Everybody can be replaced. It's kind of a hard truth of reality. A lot of people are just like, oh, yeah, no, I'm too important. No. In the world of business, literally everyone, even the CEO, because oftentimes it, depending on who you talk to, they'll say the CEO's the first person that needs to be replaced. But everybody everywhere can be replaced. It's one of those, like, hard truths. You know, nobody likes to hear it. Everybody likes to think that they're special. But, dude, I live in the U.S. The U.S. population is over 400 million. Are we like 420 or something like that? I don't remember exact, but there are 400 million people in the U.S. Yeah. Even if you take out, like, children, or you focus on, okay, who has a career in the same, like, area as you, there's still hundreds of thousands of people. It will be difficult to find one that fits the company's needs. But everyone in every company and every position is replaceable. It is a hard truth. Oh yeah, for sure. I'm totally replaceable. I mean, hey, don't get down on it. Like, don't be pessimistic about it. Thank you, babe. I need to set up a I've been meaning to do this. I've been meaning to set up streamer bot with a command where if it literally just sees that website name in a message, because they try to be all like cheeky of like, oh, I'm not actually posting a link because I put a space or whatever and whatnot, but it's always the same website. But I need to just set up a stream command that will see that, and it will just auto ban people if it catches key points of the message. And then I just have to warn my people, hey, even as a joke, do not pretend you are soliciting, because streamer bot will just automatically check those key points and it will ban you. Purely automated. Prison down. But yeah, I'm not like super special, but my manager likes me, so I would hope. Yeah, fair enough. But it's things like that where it's just like I look at my own position at the company I work at. I'm in a high-end position in comparison to a lot of people. I can help. I actively help make decisions that move the entire company in directions. And I'm still replaceable. So... Alright. Lava time was good. No issues with lava time. But yeah, like... I like doing this as a hobby. That's why I'm fine. I'm chilling here, playing video games. And it would be cool to, like, grow as a streamer and stuff. But I can tell you the main reason why I would want to grow and get bigger as a streamer is just so that I can, you know, talk with more people about video games and shit. Like, I'm not here trying to chase algorithms and do all of this stuff. I want to do what I find entertaining. And I want to just laugh. I want to laugh and entertain people along the way. If people don't like the type of content that I make, that's fine. You don't have to watch it. Like, I'm not gonna try and swoon for people's views or anything. I'm entirely I'm doing what I want to do. If you want to come and chill, I'm more happy than to have you. But if you don't like the content, even if you have nothing, like, I'm not gonna take it personally offended. There are plenty of people that hate Elden Ring. Yeah, Elden Ring's not a game for everybody. I totally get that. I do have a little bit of a bias thinking, well, maybe if I just kind of show you the ropes, maybe you'll like it. I like to try to give them a first-hand experience to make sure that they aren't just, you know, falling into the get good and then hating that. If people hate Elden Ring because they hit the whole get good mentality of it, that's when I want to actively, like, argue and be like, no, let me show you what the game actually is. Because the get good is a very toxic type of thing that turns so many people away from the game that I genuinely think would like the game. And I try to dispel that kind of mentality. I do not like that mentality. But yeah, I'm here doing what I want to do, pretty much. That's the gist of it. Only reason I would want to become a bigger content creator is just because that means there's more people that I'm entertaining. There's more people that are getting a laugh out of things that I do or say, and that's that's all I care about. Making sure the people that watch me are entertained, and then making sure that I am entertained. If you are entertained, but I'm having a bad time, that's also not good for a stream. I put myself through torturous situations, don't get me wrong, but if I genuinely start having like a I'm pissed, I hate this, I despise this with everything, I do not want to do it anymore, I will not do it anymore. Like I will not actually force myself to do something I'm actively despising, even if it is for entertainment. Headshot! Hello, that was... Why? Every time! Like, I don't even know what happened there. It didn't register my... I'm gonna have to do one more on a... Yep, that's fine. Yeah. It didn't register my unsheathed heavy attack, and then suddenly it like I let go because I pushed both. Like I was holding unsheathed, pushed the heavy attack, and then after the heavy attack was already pushed and let up, like I released the right trigger, I then released the left trigger. But it didn't do the heavy attack, and instead did the heavy attack after. So I hit him with a tap R2 there instead of an unsheathed R2. Like, I think my right trigger's breaking again. You know how, like, the spring broke in it, and then I got a replacement string, or I made a replacement string. It's more like it. I think that spring is kind of dying again, and it's causing issues with the trigger being properly read. I just have to be more mindful of that and make sure that the button actually gets pressed properly. Because that almost ended the whole run right there. Noble. Could have been bad. But yeah, I like streaming, even if it is as a hobby. Even if it's to just a couple of people. I'm here having fun. That's all I really care about. And I hope y'all having fun too. Watching me fail for 2.5 weeks straight on this when I should have gotten it 2.5 weeks ago. Like 10 BB1s over the course of 2 weeks is really annoying. Because that's like the defining of, oh no, he can 100% do it. It's now just become a, well, how long is it gonna take? And that's what annoys me, is just like, after 10 PB1s, constantly on different things as well, did I just... Oh no, I did pick it up. I thought I didn't pick up the 7 there for a second. I'm just like, did I just miss that? Am I gonna have to run through it again? No, we're good. Oh, this is the elevator where I popped this. Almost forgot. But yeah, going back to what I was saying earlier, before we got off on like company and stuff. The thing, like, part of my passion is also, again, just video games. Which is why I follow a lot of the video game drama, like the whole Xbox and all of that other stuff. It's because it's like, I like video games. I play video games all the time. So, when I see all of these shitty things by like PlayStation or by like Xbox or stuff, the ultimate goal for me is just like, I just want to see good video games. That's all I really want to say. I'm happy for Xbox if they can get their shit together and make good video games, because I just want more good video games. That's all that I'm looking forward to. I'm just disappointed when there's more crap coming up.
Well, then I presume.
Excited going out with your BF tonight? Ooh, having a good old date night? Alright, EG. Make me the amazing godly weapon. Even though I technically have Hugh do the last part of it. Oh, final 4 levels. Almost forgot. I'm already getting scatterbrained, which is not a good thing. Hold on. The music feels louder than it should be. There we go. Alright, let's get this done. Record. Play nicely. No eruption. No rancor. You got that? Okay. You were about to do eruption there, which usually means you won't try it again. Okay, but you're doing poison, which means... That's an uncommon. I don't really see him do that attack much. That almost threw me off a little bit. I'm like, wait, what attack is he doing? Okay. Second phase, right guard. No Rancor, please. Please, no Rancor. And he immediately does Rancor. Yeah, I'm not. I'll just poke R1 him because I don't want to risk getting trapped by the Rancor. Normally, I go for the whole L2 right after he gets up from his stagger, but it locks me into an animation. I don't want to get hit by the Rancor. Good right guard battle, though. Aside from the Rancor. It was pretty good, pretty good. Okay, let's swap these. And swap that. Want to get into streaming when you get a PC? Worried that I'm not made for it, you know what I mean? I mean, I get that. I mean, I'm in the camp of like, go for it, try it out. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's millions on millions of streamers. What is the statistic? If you get an average viewership of, I think it's like 15 or higher, you're already in the top 1% of Twitch streamers. Because there's just that many people that try streaming to Twitch. And it's just like, yeah, that makes sense and stuff. Hello? Hello? Why is he not? Why is he not despawning? Why is he not despawning? I am way outside of his invasion range. How far is he gonna chase me? I'm actually curious. He should not be chasing me this far. And I can't. Oh, right. I can't. What is this? I have never seen him back here before. I think I have to hit him once before Yura will help me. Even though Yura's standing like right there, which is funny as hell. Is he just gonna keep chasing me? Dude, I've never had this. Since when was the invasion limit just turned off? I do have to worry about him using his weapon art because it's ranged. Okay, yeah, he will just. Yep, and there it is. I can't even quit. Why did he do, what even happened there? I believe you have to hit him once before Yura will help. I have never seen that. He's supposed to immediately despawn. I don't know how to deal with that scenario. I just have to fight him normally, I guess. Which is a little ridiculous. Yeah, I didn't have stamina to dodge the second thing because I was running away for too long. What the hell? Well, I guess we gotta go again. That one's actually annoying because I just don't even know what occurred there. I was just, the game did not function how it's supposed to function. Let me reset that. Okay. Should be good to go. Get back into it. Here we go. But yeah, like if you want to get into streaming when you get a PC, by all means go for it. Honestly, the statistics about being like, oh, no one ever makes it, yada yada yada. I don't even really care about that. Because you can still meet just fun people while streaming. You can find your own little communities and other streamers that do stuff similar to you. And it's just fun. Even if you don't get a bunch of viewers, who cares? Yeah, like Like I said, I'm in it for the fun, not in it for the viewership. There are so many things I could do if I wanted to get more viewers, and I don't because I don't find them fun. I could be chasing the trends, playing the algorithm. I could be slapping on what's the new indie game going on right now? Mecha Chameleon, which honestly does look like a fun kind of cool little game, but it's like, yeah, I could be playing that right now. I'd rather be doing this. At least right now, anyway. I'd rather be doing this. So, I say go for it. You find people, you find communities, you find fun stuff to go with. It's overall just a good time. I didn't get the bow cancel. No. Yeah, sheep. I'm disappointed too.
And I can also that you're not. Then why? I am Carly.
I am Carl. Got it. Give me those kukri. Kukri be mine. I like how he chases you, not for very long, but he still does chase you, and it doesn't take your stamina. I always find it weird. Some enemies require, like, them to perform an attack before it counts as you're in combat. And then some enemies, they don't have to do an attack. They just have to see you and start chasing you. And it starts draining your stamina because it counts as being in combat. It's one of those weird things where it's just like, I don't know what the difference is. Why some have to perform an attack, and others have to actually, like, just see you. I don't get it. Golden seed and smithing stones. The fact that there's just 3 smithing ones right there. Actually, like, surprising that you just get 4 right off the bat of the game. I mean, I kind of know where all the locations of it all is for the setup and stuff. But, like, at least for those 4, I would say that, like, you would get that within the first hour of exploration. I imagine the first hour you would finish up maybe gate front and try to go through the gate and whatnot. So for, like, even casual playthroughs, it's like, oh, wow. Yeah. Well paced. More upgrades than I see in most games. Most games are like, here's an upgrade. And it's just like, cool, I got an upgrade to my weapon. And then it's just like, I'll see you when you get a third of the way through the game for your next upgrade. It's like, wait, what? You gave me an upgrade instantly, and now I have to wait a third of the game for my next one. Mr. GV. Again, with the attacking instead of immediately doing a golden vow buff. Dude, my game files just got changed. That's what's going on. They specifically released a patch, even though I know I'm playing on 16.2. They somehow released a patch without changing the patch number. And now everything is just acting differently than it always was. Like, AI overhaul. That's what they patched.
Don't dally, give it your all.
Making it so there can't be more pattern recognition.
I see it now. Humans all lose their wits eventually.
Alright, well, Alexander is still the same at least. Take some solace in that. Boom! Alright, but now I'm curious. He said once you get a PC, you would like to try it. What type of games would you play? I mean, I count myself as a variety streamer, because I do like playing a variety of games. But I am, like, mostly Souls and Souls challenges. And that's kind of what I like making my content around, is specifically, like, challenges and goofy stuff. Oh, gimme. That's the 2. Or wait, no, that's the 1. The 2 was the other one. Never mind. I'm already getting mixed up on which graves have what runes. Probably do variety as well. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I think for the most part, a lot of people do variety because that's just... I mean, I think variety's good in general. There are those people who are just like, no, I only ever stream this one game. It's like, I mean, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But, like I said, at least for me, I'm a gamer. That's games. It's not just Elden Ring, even though it's been Elden Ring for 3 weeks straight now. It's not just Elden Ring. I like games. I think you really only get non-variety streamers in, like, kind of MMOs. Like, I look at WoW streamers or Final Fantasy streamers, and it's like, oh, that's what they've been doing for the last 8 years. And it's just like, yeah. As someone who sunk a lot of time in Final Fantasy 14, myself, I still played a variety of games. I did not just play all that. As for Monday and Wednesday off, ended up only working Friday and Sunday. Wow. Did I? Wait. I didn't. What am I even doing? I just completely passed my correct tier. without even thinking. Dude, I am scatterbrained today. Which is not good. Because that just means today's going to be another day on the list that I don't get. That I don't get the run. All just because can't even think properly and I'm messing every little thing up. My mind is elsewhere. Which it shouldn't be. Because literally earlier today, before starting stream, I was just like, ah, man, I'm ready. I feel in the mood for Elden Ring. I feel like I want to do this. I was only focused on Elden Ring. Boss made a mistake and just gave me the week off. I mean, if you're not hurting for hours to get paid and whatnot, I'd count it as a win. Throw it. Try to get me. Bum 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 bum. Nope. Well, I can say, if you start streaming and you ever want to do a challenge run, why am I doing this again? Why am I'm immediately like upgrading when I shouldn't be upgrading yet. I don't know. I'm all over the place, man. I am. Oh my gosh, I am all over the place. Crazy. Kind of wanted to get paid. Yeah, I get that. I get it. It's one of those where it's just like, I have time off. I don't have to go into work. And then you start thinking about it, it's like, but kind of want to go get paid. The mentality suddenly changes from day off of work to, no, I'd rather have money. Boop. Boop. Grab this. We're good to go. Got the correct here. Yeah, we're good to go. Oh, I'm a little bit late. Nah, don't look at me. That's what happens when you're a little bit late. He suddenly stares at you when you stand up. Especially because I believe that they aren't nearly... Like, vision of everybody is cut during the night. But I think Knights Cavalry specifically have... Not better vision, but their vision isn't as bad as everybody else's during the night. I'm pretty sure. Could be wrong. You know, maybe I just need to go, like, catatonic. Just silent. Do nothing but just play the game and nothing else. Make sure I don't make a single mistake. Interact with chat. 0%. Nah, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that. I don't think my attention span would allow me to do that. Yeah. Keep yelling like you always do. Your children will never catch up to me. Torrent is too fast. Can play Chibi Robo on the Switch too. Wow, yeah, that was a throwback. Way back when I was doing Throwback Thursdays, playing old games. That was like 2 years ago at this point, wasn't it? Jeez. I think it really was 2 years ago. We were playing Chibi Robo on stream. Bring that back. You want me to bring back Throwback Thursdays, even though I don't stream on Thursday anymore? Well, you want me to bring back some classical games? It'd be pretty cool. Did I get through my entire list? I don't even know what games did I not? Because let's see. I remember we started, I mean, kind of the reason why I made that entire set, like started up that kind of like throwback series, was because I had an inkling to play Billy Hatcher and then the TAC games. Like TAC 1 and TAC 2. TAC and the Power of Juju. and that's kind of what like kicked it off. And then I think it was like, I was just like, you know what? I should just keep playing old games, like old, like 2000s games. I mean, yeah, like I'm not sure how like soon. What? Who attacked? That was weird. It felt like one of the rats made like a little swing, even though I had the beast torch out. And it like put me in combat for like half a second, which made my map not be able to pull up. Oh, weird. Debating on playing Luigi's Mansion and one of the Pokemon games. Ooh. I've never played Luigi's Mansion. And at least when it comes to the Pokemon games, I'm a classic person. I don't know. I have not been into Pokemon for a long time. The last game that I actually like played through from like beginning to end was Pokemon X, when X and Y came out. And even then, that was me getting back into Pokemon after years. I think I'm just a classics person. My first Pokemon game was Pokemon Gold, the second edition Gold, and then Pokemon Red. Not Fire Red that everybody loves playing. I mean Red. The old first gen Red. And I'll be fair, in a way, when I see everybody being like, oh yeah, I'm playing Fire Red, I'm just like, Fire Red and Leaf Green. How about just red or green? Like, why do you gotta play the newer versions? I don't know, that's just me, though. I would much prefer, if I went to play Red again, I would play original, not Fire Red. But anything past, like, 3rd gen, I kind of just don't care about. I kind of am just like... Which I guess means that, like, Fire Red and Leaf Green, because they have, like, all of the games in one. Because I believe after you beat... you beat the game, you can go to the different regions. At least I know in Gold, after you beat the Elite Four, you can revisit the older region. You can go from Johto to Kanto, or is it from Kanto to Johto? I don't remember which, but yeah, you could like go to the old ones and just keep playing through the game. Every gen had it programmed in them to go back. I thought that was cool. Only Pokemon game you've played was Pokemon Go. Yes, and Violet. Yes, I'm a fake fan. I don't know. Like, when I talk about, oh, what are my favorite Pokemon games, I will always say Gold and Red. But even then, I wasn't, like, a big fan of Pokemon. I had, like, a mini card collection because it was a card collection. And, you know, when everybody's collecting Pokemon cards, you like to trade Pokemon cards with people. But I never, like, even played the actual card game. I think I tried to at one point, but it was just kind of like, eh. I was still a kid, so it's like, I'd rather just, you know, play the game or play, like, Super Smash or one of them. I was already into video game minded to play the card game. Funny enough. But it's like, I don't know. If you gave me a Pokemon quiz, I for sure wouldn't know almost anything past 3rd gen. And even if you're just like, okay, we'll give you a Pokemon quiz on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd gen, I would still stare at you and be like, I'm gonna get like half of these wrong. Like, I liked Pokemon, but I wasn't that into Pokemon. I was a big Zelda fan. That's what I liked. Mainly Ocarina of Time. I was big on Ocarina of Time. I played that a bunch. I did love Pokemon Stadium, though. Oh my gosh. Pokemon Stadium for the 64. The amount of times that, like, me and my friends would get together and just huddle up in my basement. Or my parents' basement, yeah. Huddle up in my basement and just turn on the 64, plug in the controllers, and play all the little mini games that Pokemon Stadium had. Really do like Pokemon. Excited for the new Pokemon game, releasing it eventually. See, that's the thing, and I kind of feel bad for you, Beep, in a way. Because, like, it's cool to, like, oh, I'm actually really getting into it. Awesome. But the games have been shit for years, and it doesn't look like they're getting any better. I highly, even for Pokemon fans, I highly recommend not getting the games. They're all just bad. They come out, they're buggy messes, they're filled with nothing. Their graphics are actively getting worse. And yet their file sizes of the games are getting like 10 times bigger. Like, Nintendo has abused Pokemon into nothing and now just spits on people who are still fans, saying we can release literal shit and you guys will gobble it up.
Oh, what a blessing.
Like, zero respect. It's just not a good time. It hasn't been multiple years have not been good for Pokemon fans. And it kind of sucks, because I think it would be great for Pokemon games to continue coming out and that series to still be strong and going. It's kind of the same thing every AAA studio. Just like Halo, just like Call of Duty, just like every game that we loved as children, they've just been abused to the point of being unrecognizable pieces of shit slop that the companies try to feed off of your nostalgia to make a sale.
Please.
It's awful.
Most time. Are you on a volcano?
Like, I'm treating that the same way as if you said, yeah, I just recently got into Halo. Halo, like, I'm excited for Halo Infinite. Where am I going? I need to go north side. No. It's like if someone came up to me and said that, I'd be like, oh, honey, brother. I'm sorry you're having to get into the series now instead of how it was before. I'm sorry that you're excited for Infinite, because it could have been so much better for you. I want to see what it's going to be later down the line. Honestly, my honest opinion is not going to be better for a long time. And my reasoning behind that is because you can actively see where Nintendo turned into an absolute shitface of a company. And it's when the old CEO died and the new CEO took his place. And with how Japanese corporations really work, I do not have strong feelings that the current CEO of Nintendo is going to step down and let someone else take the reins. A new CEO will probably take over when the current one is either is pretty much way too old to keep going. Which means there's going to be a long time of this. And like, again, you can see it in their new console. The Switch 2. When has Nintendo ever made a 2 of any of their consoles? You went from the NES to the 64 to the GameCube to the Wii. To the Wii U, to the Switch. Every single console was something new, innovated, a different idea, pulling it in. And then you have the Switch. And all of a sudden, it's not about what new ideas and great stories can we do. It's more about, hey, we upgraded. It followed the suit of every other console. Hey, we upgraded the specs, and we're calling it the same thing, but number 2. Flush out way more money than it's actually worth. And it's just like, I genuinely do not think Nintendo is going to get any better until the CEO changes. Just like it actively got 10 times worse when the CEO changed. Was Duskblood supposed to be a battle royale? No. And I still don't think it is. It's meant to be an extraction shooter. Or extraction shooter. It's meant to be an extraction game.
I suppose I have no choice.
Why did my trigger not work?
You are an enigma. To be certain.
Dude. This unsheath not working constantly. Because my triggers keep... I don't know if it's my left trigger or if it's my right trigger. The right trigger was the one where the spring broke earlier, so it might be that. But, like, right there, I did a tap R2, which is my right trigger. Which means the left trigger was the one that wasn't working. I do not know what's going on, man. You didn't know it was going to be an extraction game? Yeah, no, that from the beginning, that's what they said. Even on the announcement when nobody knew what Duskbloods was going to be, people just got the teaser and they're just like, FromSoft's making another game? The same time they showed it off when they showed off the teaser for Night Rain. Miyazaki was in an interview afterwards saying that, like, he's kind of taken inspiration from extraction games, and he's curious to see. He said himself he was curious on what a game like that would be, and that he wanted to try it out. But he was looking at games like Tarkov. He also was looking at similar things like PUBG and stuff, but it's less of a battle royale and more of an extraction game. And it seems like it's going to take a very similar vibe to, you guys probably have, like, PvE targets in the game. But then there's also PvP elements where you're trying to kill the target before the other team, or if you come across other people or other things, you're killing them to get their loot or whatnot. Like, yeah. Extraction games are similar to battle royales, but not quite. The goal is not to be the last man standing. The goal is to wipe out any opposition you have in your way while collecting and getting stronger, and then extracting and being able to keep the stuff you extracted with. You unfortunately do not like the genre? Yeah. Extraction games are way more niche of a genre. Which is the other reason why a lot of people think, including myself, it's not going to hit the same audience. I think a lot of Souls people will play it because it's a From Software Souls-esque game. But I can't imagine it staying around for staying popular for very long. I mean, Night Rain is, like, similar. It's like, oh, yeah, see, the game was gonna die. And it's like, yeah, but the new content's not out. People play through enough of a game's content, they get their feel, and no new content is being produced, it's okay to stop playing the game. You don't have to keep playing it. That's that live service needs to keep consuming all your time, and the moment everybody stops playing it, it's dead. It's awful. It was a bit. No, it's just like things like that. Like I'm not playing Billy Hatcher or Attacking the Power of Juju. Are they bad games? No, but nobody's playing them because they're old. People played them before, they played them enough, and they moved on. See, this is what I'm not getting. My stamina's not being drained. I don't know how to recreate this. I don't know how to recreate the jump over that snail to make it so he doesn't drain your stamina. Oh,
To determine
did I get the good?
torrent, whereas I may
No cross legs.
let my hand.
No cross legs. I love it. Shorter animation. Alright, shopping time. Equipping time. Welcome back.
You're no matter how you.
Ash of War time. Cell time. And go, whoops. Go grab flame time. But yeah, so Duskbloods is going to be an extraction game. I feel from everything that I see and just as someone who's played extraction games, it very much seems like they'll probably be Elden Ring or like they'll be Souls bosses because I believe it still is using like the Souls engine. So there'll probably be some bosses around, but the goal is probably to pick up weapons, find, like, you probably have a starter weapon, but the goal will be to find weapons, find upgrade materials, find maybe bonus stats like talismans or crystal whatever their versions of talismans and crystal tiers are, stuff that buffs you, maybe armor that has special abilities, to find better and better loot, kill bosses, get money, kill people, get their loot and money, and then extract with, like, trying to, you know, you kill enough of the bosses, or maybe you kill each version. There's like 4 different versions of that one boss, and you kill all 4 versions, and each one drops a piece of armor until you get the full set. And then you can upgrade that full set by killing this other boss for this certain material. Like, that's how I feel it's going to be. Something along those kind of lines. Maybe not exactly that way, but it's going to be something of, there'll be enemies and bosses. You kill them to get valuable stuff, and you're fighting, you're trying to find them and kill them. You're trying to find players to kill them and take their gear, and then you're trying to extract to get your gear. It's kind of boilerplate extraction game. Go in, find good stuff, kill players to get their good stuff, or so that they don't kill you and take your good stuff. And then rinse and repeat. And I don't think that's, like, a bad thing. I mean, like I said, I enjoy extraction games. I don't think the game's gonna be bad. It's not gonna be as popular. I would beg to differ and say that it's not even gonna be as big as Night Rain. Mostly just because of the exclusive part. If it wasn't for the exclusivity, I think Night Rain, I think it could maybe reach similar numbers to Night Rain. But it being a not normal genre, like not their normal game, similar to how Night Rain was, is going to hurt its numbers, and then the exclusive is going to hurt its numbers again. Because people like me, who is still not even buying a Switch 2 for Duskbloods. I will probably never get to play Duskbloods because I am not going to buy a Switch 2 for it. If a buddy gets a Switch 2, if a buddy of mine gets a Switch 2 and gets the game, then maybe I'll try it using their things, but I will probably watch other people buy it and play it. And then, I don't know. Watching other people play it, it's gonna have to be an extraordinarily... Whoops. It's gonna have to be an extraordinarily good game that I can, as I watch people play it, to really get me to buy it myself. And I'm literally the dude who will buy anything made by Miyazaki. If you tell me Miyazaki made it, I will buy it and try it out. And yet, Duskbloods, no. No, thank you. Okay. Let's actually allot. There we go. And then we level up for strength. 27 and 15. Memorize spell. Still on these two. We're good. Okay. Then we item craft. Then we equipped. All right, Noble. Be good to me. God, he's facing the freaking pillar. Oh, I still got the crit. Okay. Sometimes you just can't get the crit in that, and it pisses me off when he faces the pillar. One, two, three, bleed, and crit. Alright, we actually had a smooth noble. Let's go. Yeah, I'm more looking forward to what Miyazaki will announce after Duskbloods, which at the current rate of how things are going, he probably is not going to announce anything till after Duskbloods release. Hell, he actually might be part of the Nintendo exclusive contract is that he can't announce anything till after Duskbloods releases. For the depiction of, we have to make sure that people are hyped about Duskbloods. Because if he says, hey, we're coming out with another game before Duskbloods release, everybody is just going to ignore Duskbloods and be focused on that new title that he just said. So I imagine that there actually might be a part of the Nintendo contract that they can't even start talking about their next game till after Duskbloods full release. So. But the full release of Duskbloods is supposed to be this year. Still don't have a date for it, though. We do know the early testing is happening. I mean, Games Fest said it's happening this summer. It is literally the 6th month. It is summer. It has been summer for a while, and haven't heard news about the test servers going up. Closed. I believe it's closed. A closed beta test. So, you know, who knows? You know, speaking of Night Rain, now we got the Night Rain OST playing in the background. Part of the video game music going on. It's funny. Yeah, I'll be fair. The only reason I'm looking forward to the possible success of Duskbloods, or at least seeing how well it does, is one, it'll show me how much or how little Miyazaki and his team have gotten at making, like, NPC combat. Or, like, what new things they have worked on or improved on. And then two, regardless of its success, it will find revenue, and it will most likely find profit. I was a little low there, but it should be fine. And that profit means that Miyazaki will just be able to put even more resources towards the next game. So the only reason I'm kind of looking for, like, oh, hopefully it does well, is just so that I can see Miyazaki get more resources he can put into his next game. Resources being money, skill, knowledge, and, of course, feedback, because you know people are going to give feedback about the game. And for as much as they may not, for as much as they might ignore a lot of things, because they do ignore a lot of things that people say, they genuinely do look at, like, the bigger feedback stuff, and they always improve upon it. I mean, one of Miyazaki's big things is when Elden Ring first came out, like a year after its release, he literally mentioned that he knows seamless co-op. Oh, I didn't pop the rune. He literally said, yeah, I see seamless co-op, and I know that is, like, the #1 mod added to the game. He's just like, I realize that, and we'll work on it. So, like, he literally did that, and then Night Rain came out, where, guess what? Suddenly people could be on the opposite ends of the map, and the game would not completely glitch out like seamless co-op would make it. So at least in terms of, like, having a world where people can actually spread out and do different things, definitely possible. Alright, Raycard. Give me something good. Don't give me bad RNG. Yeah, I should still have Golden Vow for the art here. Oh yeah, 12,000. You know, for once, you actually gave me, like, a really good RNG. That was excellent RNG. I like that. Solid record. Oh, there we go. All right, let's maybe somehow not get glitched out, and I still have no idea what went wrong. How Naraya somehow didn't despawn, even though we sprinted the same way we always do, directly out. Let's see if it does it again. See, and then immediately, right as you get off torrent, right as it forces you off torrent, you run away. Boom. Nereus returned to their world. Like, immediately. Instead, he literally chased me all the way to the catacomb entrance. I do not get it. I don't know how he didn't despawn. And I have no... if he doesn't despawn right there, and he just chases you way past his usual despawn spot, I have no idea what to do to make him despawn. At that point, I just have to fight him normally, and that's hella risky. Because he has Reduvia, and he can just chuck blood at me, and if he chucks blood at me, the chances of me getting hit are very high. Yeah, I don't know what caused him to not be despawned. Whee! All the levels. All in strength. Alright. Come on, Market. Let's go party. Get down! And boogie on the floor.
I shall remember thee, tarnished, smouldering with thy meager flame. Cower in fear of the night.
It's tightly. Oh, the guards. You'll breach the. Well, but of course.
The gay? The gay. I was worried that one might miss. Oh, come on. There we go. I'm so surprised that a weapon art fire arrow doesn't insta-kill that guy specifically. The other ones, you can hit them pretty much anywhere, and because it's a weapon art fire arrow, it'll kill the other, non-ballista dudes. The ones who are just holding torches, it kills them instantly. But that guy, you have to hit him in, like, the head. I don't know. Alright. Let's go do Godric. Oh, right. Can't forget that. Just in case we miss the Kukri, we need that to do enough damage to one-cycle him. Alright, Kukri strat. Give me your grind move. Oh, okay. No Kukri strat. And that's why we still equipped Sword Seal. In case he gives us the jump opener and we don't get to use Kukri strat. Or if he does give us the normal opener and we just miss the Kukri that we throw at him. Because I have done that before. Then it helps with the damage. But if I do if he does the right opener, and then I do hit him with the Kukri, then the Kukri does enough damage that I don't need Sword Seal. I can still one-cycle him. It's a nice backup to the strat, though. Even though I literally come here right after getting rid of him to grab Ritual Sword. So, Sword Seal is used for one boss. I mean, we put it on again when we get the third talisman. But we don't get the third talisman until after Gold Free. And there we go. Put it on just for Godric. Take it off for DTS. And then gold free. And then put it back on because we don't have any other talismans that do anything. So we might as well. So it's literally... yeah, we have it. I mean, the only reason I pick it up in the first place is because it's just right there. Next with the Dectus. And I do like the Rune 12 that we get in Fort Faroth as well. That's like a necessity. You gonna keep chasing me? Nope. I hear the beautiful sound of your golden shield. Alrighty. Man, almost up to DTS now. Hello, DTS. How you doing? Just standing there all menacingly. Hello? Oh. I was just like, hello? Was on the wrong weapon. GG. Hoi yo yo yo. Making our way through the capital. Still got that glow. A virtual shield. I'm gonna replace that glow with a splash of blue. A splash of blue and a slightly invisible torso. Shablam. Look at that. Invisible torso now. Gotta love the rooftop popping. Money. Money, 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 money. Alright, gold free. I'm coming. Almost at your ass. Is it just me, or did he kind of sound like... Kind of sound like a Pikmin. Just... I don't know why that thought popped into my head, but it did. He just kind of like the step. All right. Didn't mean to drink 2 of those. Alright, Goldring. Yeah! Give me the spin. Oh, yeah! 2 spins in a row! I love it! Goodbye. See, now we can reattach it. But at this point, even without it, most of our scripts are pretty much the same, so... I think it helps a little bit in a couple areas, but for the most part, it's... pretty much doesn't... Oh, I was not crouched! How did that work? And when did I stop crouching? Because I swear I was crouched when I originally walked up. Okay, that was weird. I'm so glad it... So glad that still works. It was probably Assassin Gambit that saved me there easily. Alright, Morgat. I need you to get on the floor immediately. Immediately. Because otherwise you're going to be standing over my grace. And I do not want you standing over my grace. I need you back there. Beautiful. That way I can interact with the Grace without trying to accidentally talk to you. Drag his body behind the thing. Thank you, Melina. Hey, they'll just put him back behind the throne. It's fine.
Allow me to honor
Sight out of mind, right?
the only way and become my purpose. So I'd like to the flame.
You know, if I sit more on the side, then I can make her appear like she's walking over from the throne. And then it makes her really look like she dragged the body back there to hide it and then is coming to talk with me. Boom. There goes my visibility. Alright. Get rid of that. No longer needed. Alright. Time for the very long travel all the way over to the top of the mountains to fight Fire Giant. Boom. Alright, level up and turn to day. Wee dink. Alright. Now it's like a 6 minute. 6 minutes to get all the way up. As I just realized, we're at 110. Did I do something differently? Or did I just get, like, really, really lucky fights on, like, Rykard? Because normally... This isn't the normal... Isn't it usually 15? Maybe, no, maybe this is right. I was thinking we go to Margit or Morgon at 15, but maybe it is Fire Giant at 15. Please don't do your yell. Thank you. Goodbye. Alright, Fatso. Look over here. Gets him every time. It's pretty much the old tap on the opposite shoulder trick. Yeah, dude, like already 3 minutes have passed. Jeez. Such a long run up. Worst part, the run isn't even super safe. I mean, if this was it, then I would say it's super safe. It's those 2 skeletons by the invisible bridge. One, they could shoot you in the back while you're running away from them. 2, if you're just not quite aligned on the invisible bridge, well, it's invisible. You might fall off. And if you fall off of the invisible bridge, you're in combat with those 2 skeletons shooting arrows behind you. There ain't no quick porting. But aside from that, everything else is like really calm and tame. Alright, there's the 2 skeletons. Here we go. Curve their arrows. Yep, okay, curved arrows. Now we just need to stay straight. And that's the hardest part of the whole run up. Or I guess the most pivotal part of the whole run up. Okay, I might be misremembering from before. I think it is Fire Giant at 16 minutes, not Morgott. Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, Morgott's at like 5. Because I always remember I kill Margit at 50, and then he always says, "Thy meager flame," and I say, "Watch it, bitch. I'll see you in 15 minutes, and then we'll see how meager my flame is." And then 15 minutes later, at 1:05, is when I bop his ass. So yeah, I was just misremembering. I was just like, how are we like ahead? We're not. Alright, Fire Giant. Give me some good RNG, please. Solid fire giant. Solid fire giant. Alright. We've gotten to Faramazul. To be fair, I'm kind of just worried about Godfrey, because apparently that's where I keep having trouble. As long as I don't mess up the duo script. I'm not even that really worried about Malekith. It's just like Godfrey, and that's where my mess ups have been happening recently. $70.
This world and death. Are you to commit? Let my hand.
Faramazul at 20. I don't think I'm gonna get a sub 40 at this point. Almost all of my PB1s have been sub 40. And I think at this point, I'm actually not getting a sub 40. I actually took damage. You can actually jump far enough to take damage. Wow. Okay. Alright. Don't put any lightning in front of me, please. Hey, what did I just say not to do, Mr. Dragon? Sorry, Ancient Dragon. Jeez. Still makes me laugh that that little bone dude doesn't see me. I'll land like right behind him and he's just like, oh, just a normal day. Just a normal day being a skeleton. Specifically a skeleton of a beastman. Let's not mess up this script. Okay. Invisibility. Golden Vow. Drink. Spawn them in. 1, 2. Drink. Alright. Should be good. 1, 2. Okay, plenty enough stamina. Immediately charge star 2, charge star 2. Wait for Golden Vow. Boom. 1, 2. One, 2. Shit. I wonder what changed. You know what we're gonna do? We'll do that. Go Creed to the rescue! You gonna chase me, dog, and jump off the edge? Sometimes it does. Sometimes I suddenly get some runes, and I'm like, he really did just chase me off the edge, didn't he? And then sometimes he just de-aggroes and goes back. Weirdo. All right. Remember to hug the wall. Bird cannot see us. Hug this wall, because that bird is very picky. And then hug this wall, because apparently that bird is very picky. I'm not losing stamina. It did not see me. We are good. Alright, Bo. Do some work. Boom! Look at that, baby, go! How you don't see me kill your friend, I have no idea. But I will take it every time. Woo! Yeah, be angry. Whatever. Shoot your lightning bolt at me. There it is. GG! Made it through. Alright, Mally time. Well, first, we go get our final upgrade. I like how Rodrigo's little, like, thing is still there. Like her little thing is still here, even though she still is sitting over here being like, I don't know what to do with myself. Could you talk to Leg for me? Like, you still have to do that whole conversation if you want your spirits tuned. Alrighty, here we go to Malekith. After Rykard and Fire Giant, the only other one that could give us problems. Until, of course, Godfrey. And where literally all of my PB1s, not all of them, but like half of my PB1s are on Godfrey. And even training on Godfrey for like an hour, still... I don't know, man. It's just nervousness, apparently. Charge me. Yes! 1, 2, 3. Kabam. That one always scares me. I missed again. 1, 2, 3, 4. I do not trust an R2 there. What? How? I rolled backwards! Are you freaking kidding me? Oh, I missed the R1. I'm gonna have to fight him in phase 2, I think. Nope, never mind. Charged R2 still gets him. Dude! How? Oh, I don't think it counted as popping it. I didn't pop it, did I? No, I didn't. That double swipe attack, man, every single time. Usually when it's that double swipe attack, rolling just away is perfectly fine and the second swipe doesn't hit. And even if it, like, even if I'm worried about it, I always, like, double, like, try to spam roll. To do a double roll away. And he nicked me before my second roll went off. Now, let me guess. I'm gonna get a perfectly good Godfrey this time. If I get a perfectly good Godfrey... Stand before the Elden Ring to become Elden Lord. What a sad state of affairs.
Queen Marika has high hopes for us. That we... I know
In my
my
bones, astonished, cannot become a lord. Not even you, a man, cannot kill a god. Well, I'm gonna be honest. I have time for another run, but I'm actually, dude, I don't know if it was because I was scatterbrained so much beforehand. I really am just kind of like dead. I have time for another run, but I don't think I have like the mental fortitude for another run. I don't know what it is today. This morning I felt great. I was just like, yeah, let's do some Elden Ring. And now I just feel like, okay, dude, I want to be done. Okay. Now let's watch this go perfect. Because of course it does after my run's already dead. One. 2. 3. Don't yell, please. One. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. Of course! I knew it.
Thy strength befits.
Because every time I get hit before Godfrey, Godfrey's perfect. Every time I get to Godfrey hitless, he becomes an issue for no reason other than saying fuck you. I despise it. Also, I'm looking at it. This is gonna be a sub 140 run when I thought it wasn't gonna be. That's even after getting hit. Dude, I think I'm just cursed to never be able to complete a hitless. I think I'm just cursed to never complete this hitless. I think the universe just says, Serpent Hunter hitless, you will never complete that. Try something else. Can you give me some good RNG to make me feel better? Nope! Okay, well, I guess it wouldn't have mattered. Dude, you are giving me no good RNG. Holy shit! You're giving me like the worst RNG ever! And you hit me, so... Oh, whoops. Okay, yeah, that's... Yeah. Yeah, okay. Well, I guess it makes me feel slightly better on the, Mally. If Radagon was giving such issues. I went way too far. Yep. I'm surprised that didn't insta-kill me. I haven't had trouble with Radagon in any of the last, like, 2 weeks. And now I did this just shows how much of a mental hit I've taken today. This just shows my mentality is gone. I'm sad about calling a stream earlier than usual, but I think I'm gonna have to right after I finish this. I think my mental's just broken right now. There we go. Man, that wasn't even technically another one hit. That was just like a solid 3. And even after dying to Radagon twice, it was still a sub 140. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I'll be honest. I don't know what it was. I don't know what it is at all. I think my mental is just kind of... But I think that is where I'm gonna call it. Normally I'd be doing another run at this point, but honestly I don't think I doing another run, I'm gonna fail somewhere in it. I can just tell that my mental is broken enough that I'm gonna make a mistake somewhere and it's just gonna collapse. So I don't think I'm gonna do another one. I think I'll just end it there. And honestly, I would want to pick it up Monday. Or not Monday. I would actually probably try and pick it up Sunday. Usually when I end early like this, I will try and be like, oh, but you know what? I'll do Sunday. I'll stream Sunday. But with Sunday being Father's Day, I'm gonna be busy visiting my folks. So I'll just have to come back here on Monday and start the beginning of week 4. If we don't get it Monday, it will be 4 weeks that we have been doing it. 4 weeks since we've gotten consistent PB1s every single stream. Sometimes multiple PB1s a stream. I don't get it. I don't. I don't know why I can't do this. I don't know why it's so hard for me to do this. And I really, really, really don't want to put it on pause again like I did before because there's other stuff on my plate I want to do. I really don't want to put it on pause again. Because then who knows? It took me like 10 months to come back to it. I got a PB1 and then I'm just like, you know what? And then it took 10 months to be like, hey, I'm getting a Hitless on stream this time. And now it's been a month or almost a month. I mean, technically since my warm-up, it's been a month. Because I did start with a bunch of warm-ups and things. But since I've actually been like full on doing runs, since I re-obtained a PB1 and then have consecutively kept getting PB1s, it's been 3 weeks. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna try my best to not give up on this and put it on pause. At this point, I honestly don't know if I can officially say that it will not go on pause while we move on to other things. I think it will. Maybe I chalk it down to once a week. If this continues, maybe I chalk it down to once a week and I move on to a couple other things, but like every Monday we come back and do some Hitless Elden Ring runs. I do worry about that because I could become rusty, but at least keeping up my skill set, training weekly would help at least keep it a bit fresh. We'll see where next week goes. If I get it Monday, hooray, let's go. I'm done. I can move on, period. If I don't get it Monday, I still might try for it Wednesday. But then if I don't get it Monday or Wednesday, next Saturday, a week from today, I might actually just be doing something else regardless. I don't know. I'll mull it over like I usually do. Half of the time I say we're going to do this, and then when the day actually comes I say, well, I thought about it, and we're going to do something a little differently. So I'll probably just mull it over, and then we'll see where we're at on Monday. But in the meantime, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. It's always a pleasure. Awesome to have you all. I wish you guys the best of the rest of your Saturday. And a wonderful Father's Day. And a wonderful weekend. And I will see you guys on Monday for more Elden Ring Hitless. Until then, peace.